Hey guys, I'm back from Europe. I'll talk more about that in a minute from vacation. Welcome to another Battlefield 3 multiplayer gameplay brought to you by Windshear in high definition. Start off with the triple kill of the SG553 Engineer Class weapon unlocked in co-op section of Battlefield 3. I've struggled with the SCAR lately ever since they patched it, reducing the damage and range of that weapon. I'm still upset about that, so I'm trying to test out some other Engineer Class weapons. I figured to pick up this SG. I've been killed by it a few times, and oh, look at that. I mean, what is it when you're right in the middle of engagement with a guy and a guy spawns right on top of him? That's just bad timing, and it happens so much sometimes. It's frustrating. But, you know, I don't look at damage stats that much, and finally pulled some stats out, looking at the stats, and boy, I tell you what, the M4A1 is by far the best weapon in Engineer Class in terms of damage stats. It just has the lowest recoil, best fire rate, best bullet velocity. This gun is kind of in the middle pack with the rest of the Engineer Class weapons, and I don't read too much into the stats, guys. They're important, but whether or not, you know, what's really important is how a gun feels in your hands and how you handle it. So I like this gun, I like the feel of it, all around it's a good weapon, but the stats on it, it does a maximum 25 damage, a minimum of 14, like the majority of other Engineer Class weapons, 700 rounds per minute, and of course a 30 round magazine. Iron sights on it, I really like them. Very intuitive to use when you just pick up the gun out of the box, and then of course you can get a grip and a holographic sight, which we'll have some footage of later on in the match. I love this pistol, though. I'm going to have to get a review of this at some point. The 93R, just amazingly fast fire rate. I think it's like 1,100 rounds per minute. Look at me put down this. This is an assault class guy right around this corner. I mean, you typically, anytime you come up against an assault class guy at close range, you pretty much lose every time. So the fact this pistol can put a guy down at that range, and the fact that being an assault class guy on top of it says a lot about this weapon. But back to the SG. Again, you know, stats are important, but what's more important is whether or not you can use a weapon or not. And I don't know if you noticed there, but I made the classic noob mistake of forgetting to reload my weapon. If you saw earlier in a second, I had one round left in this gun, so I'm running around without a reload, which I'm going to find out here in a second. But Engineer Class, again, it's kind of the backbone of Battlefield 3, especially for maps like Grand Bazaar or just anything with vehicles, you know, which are most of the maps. There you go. Oh, crap. For some reason, that's 2 times the knife animation wasn't working for me here. But, you know, Engineer Service Star there. I mean, this class is a very vital class to run in Battlefield 3, which a lot of people typically just don't because I think they don't like the weapons. But the weapons on the Engineer Class are very good. Very strong, just solid weapons. I mean, this gun, I really do like it. I like that the fact the recoil's manageable, it's predictable. I kind of know the range of, I mean, right out of the box, I kind of felt like I knew the limitations and the capabilities of this weapon. Good in tight quarters, but I've got some footage here, some long-range shots as well. It's got to manage the burst fire on it. It can do long range as well, just like the SCAR could. But 30 round clip is just so important with any gun. And I'm contemplating doing a review on the AS Valve, I'm saying Valve, the AS Valve. That's a 20 clip magazine gun at 900 rounds per minute. But I kind of like that gun too, so I might be doing a review of that. But this gun, just overall, you can just count on it working for you. Kind of like the HK and the Engineer Class, which I've yet to unlock, but I've seen some video footage of that, and that's a pretty impressive gun too. It looks real similar to this, but something about this gun, again, the iron sights are really good. I almost like them more than red dot sights because it seems like you notice the recoil of the gun less with iron sights. I don't know if that's just something that I noticed or what, but this is kind of the middle of a 14 kill streak here. Look at this guy down here, lay down prone, half his body submerged. I hate players like that. Fortunately, I get the kill with this gun. You can really count on working for you in close quarters combat. 12 gauge frag, I'm sick of hearing it. We need to get rid of it. Hopefully that patch, it really needs, I can't believe DICE hasn't put a patch out yet on this gun. Or, excuse me, hasn't put a patch out yet. You know, taking care of the numerous bugs and stuff, especially on the PlayStation, like with the MG36, that freezes up my PlayStation anytime I play a DLC map. Just drives me nuts. But I'm getting off topic here, and well, while I'm off topic, let me talk a little bit about Europe. I went to Munich, Germany for 4 days, and then I took a train to Paris for 3 days with my wife and I. First trip to Europe. And you know, it's just one of those things you got to do in your lifetime if you're from the States. Everybody says you gotta go, and you hear about how great those countries are. And let me just tell you right now, I don't want to harp on my European buddies, but guys, well, I don't know how else to say it, but I really hated the trip, to be honest with you. Mainly the main core reason, fundamental reason was the people. And you hear about, I don't want to be cliche, but you hear it all the time over, you know, about the Europeans and how rude they are. Well, you know, as an American and dealing with Americans over here, we are much more civil and polite any day of the week. I don't care which city you're talking about here in America, than anybody over on just those 2 cities alone. I couldn't believe how rude the people were. I mean, they're just in a hurry all the time to get where they're going. They will literally trample over you if they have to. I mean, yeah, you know, granted, I don't know where I'm going and trying to find my way around, but it just amazes me how people can just be so rude and walk over you and bump into you, glare at you, and my God, what do you guys do for a living over there? Because I've never seen such well-off, wealthy people in my life, and I've been to a lot of cities. You know, America's supposedly the richest country in the world. That's a load of BS, because everybody in Europe, from what I saw in Munich and Paris, drives an $80,000 BMW or a brand new Mercedes. You see Porsche Carreras everywhere. I'm just like, what the? Are these people all drug dealers or what? They're living in, you know, $500,000 apartments, and it was so extraordinarily expensive over there, I could not believe it. I mean, I was paying $10 for a bottle of water, because you never get tap water apparently over there. And, you know, I had a hotel was trying to charge me $100 for breakfast, and I had, you know, just everything was just, I could not believe how expensive it was. There's no public toilets anywhere, and if there are, they expect you to pay for them. And if they are free, they got a tenant in them that expects a tip. I mean, just, guys, I mean, I don't know if you know what's going on in America, but we've had like the worst recession since the Great Depression. It's not, I mean, it's hard times in America. And if you see the news, it's all coming your way, guys. So wake up. I mean, Greece is about to default on its bonds. I mean, the EU is struggling to formulate a strategy to correct those problems. I mean, guys, the real estate bubble's coming your way. I mean, you might want to start reining it in over there. Let me just, coming from an American, we've seen it firsthand over here about job loss and everything else. Just beware. You know, spend your money wisely and hold on to your job, because I hope, I don't wish anything on you guys that's happened over here, because this is horrible. Sorry guys, I got off topic. I'll get back to the review here of this gun. Right here is kind of a critical point in this match of this clip I want to put in here in this gun. I don't know how I'm not getting hits on this guy. But you see what happened there? Of course he got an RPG hit on me. I got 8% health. Immediately take cover. You know, one bullet from anything is going to take me out here. So I got to take cover, and I got to recover and just use caution, try to stay alive here. And this is where the mini-map becomes so important. I see 2 guys over here, and then that's when I finally determined just hovering around that corner, take a pot shot, somebody take a kill, and then run for cover again. And you know, you want to constantly move in this game, because as soon as you fire, somebody's be coming after you, unless you have a suppressor in your gun. Which, you know my thoughts about suppressors. Look at this right here. I don't even know what happened. Just Christmas, I guess. But you know, just one of those times. Sometimes things go in your way there on that clip. Now, North Shore Canals, I think these will be the last series of clips I have here. Got 2 more clips. But I want to kind of, again, showcase on this map and the varying maps what this gun does and positions you want to be in. Look what happened there. I got a piece of that guy. He took cover. This is, again, why the Engineer Class is so good sometimes. You can pull out a SMAW there and just finish off the kill if the guy's behind cover. That really helps you out sometimes. Put it in. I got another kill there from a mine that I put out. And I'll show you later on where I'm putting those mines, because on this map it's so critical when you're on this side, on the American side. Look at guy parachuting down, bad timing there. It's so critical to put mines up, you know, near position A if you're playing Conquest here to kind of mitigate the onslaught of tanks coming from the Russian spawn. So there was a few little kills again of the ranges of this gun, just very versatile. Right here, it's I get a piece of a guy. I figure I go out here and investigate if there's some more enemies. Sure enough, there are. Come up around the staircase. It still cracks me up. Oh look, it's a boy. You know, the spawning, sometimes guys, it can be the best and worst thing about Battlefield 3. But right here, again, I want to show a long-range capability of this gun. I've got a grip on it, this iron sights. I don't think I have a heavy barrel, but I may be incorrect on that. But just kind of burst fire this gun, and even at this range, you know, you get about 5 hits on somebody, and you'll be able to take them out with a carbine Engineer Class weapon. So don't discount these guns at long range. They're certainly capable of it. But now that I'm back from vacation, I've been my time's gonna be a little more limited on playing Battlefield 3 with work and everything else. But I'm trying to think of some things I want to do in terms of videos, and you know, I've done a lot of weapon reviews. I don't want to keep putting out the same content. So if you guys have any suggestions on anything else that you might want to see, I'm trying to think of some. You know, I want to keep repeating myself. But right here, this is where you want to put these mines down. Very important on this map to just kind of stagger those mines along that route, because people just want to bring tanks and jeeps, and if you don't do that on this map, you're pretty much going to lose most of the time if you're playing, you know, on the U.S. side, because they have such an advantage with the vehicles on their side. If they control this position, you got to hold A on this map of Conquest. If you don't, it's going to make it really difficult for you to win this match. But glad to be back from Europe again. This was not my thing, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's something about walking into a church that's 800 years old. Even though I'm not particularly religious, it kind of gives you the chills. You really appreciate the fact that history survived that long, and it's, you know, 2 or 3 times as old as our country is over here in the United States. So we're such a young country in comparison to, you know, countries like Germany and France and other European countries. So, you know, I really appreciate that art and that history that you have over there. Just the people and the food is just some of the worst I've ever seen. Actually, the worst I've ever seen and experienced. And I wish I could have more good things to say about it, but unfortunately, it just, honestly, I mean, I'm a nice guy and I get along with just about anybody, but you know, just trying to be polite and cordial to Europeans, they did not reciprocate at all, and I was really kind of taken back by that, especially given how much our country has given to those countries in World War II and saving and liberating France. And anyway, guys, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, and I've got more to come. And thanks for watching.